Join us as we celebrate Irish heritage and culture. Eyewitness News presents Scranton St. Patrick's Celebration.
Hello everyone, I'm Candace Kelly.
And I'm Mark Hiller. We're preparing to celebrate the Scranton St. Patrick's Parade featuring a wonderful array of music, VIPs, and more.
And the Eyewitness News team decided to bring you a little Irish charm beforehand by looking back at some past parades with a few features or two sprinkled in for good measure and luck.
So let's begin with a history lesson. Scranton's very first St. Patrick's Parade was held in 1853 and then again about 50 years later. But it's the second half of the 20th century, Candace, when the parade became ingrained in the heritage of the Electric City. Home movies capture the images of what's become a nearly 60-year tradition. The year was 1962 when the Scranton St. Patrick's Parade stepped off in North Scranton and wound its way to Center City. It was during the Cold War, a time of tension between the U.S. and then Soviet Union.
Buddy came up with a great concept.
That concept, Blessed Are the Peacemakers. Scranton's Buddy Cosgrove and a few friends dressed as political leaders of the day. Parade historian Gary Duncan says it made for a memorable float in a St. Patrick's Parade that hadn't happened in the Electric City since the early 20th century.
The gap was from 1904 until 62. Frank Foley went down to Savannah in 61, saw their parade, liked it conceptually.
And the rest is history. When Frank Foley founded what we now know as the annual Scranton St. Patrick's Parade, it featured 8 divisions.
Which was no small feat if you think about it at that time. And they had 40,000 onlookers.
And they were able to recruit what has become a rather prolific pipe band.
Oh, absolutely.
Penn York Highlanders Bagpipe Band from Athens, Bradford County was part of that 1962 parade. It's performed in each one ever since. The number of pipe bands has also grown, along with parade divisions. There's a pipe band included in each of what are typically as many as 12 divisions.
Every division, we kind of set that up. It's almost its own individualized parade. So we have the floats, we have the pipe bands, we have the high school bands, and we have the acts. So every division, I think really, I see it as a mini parade.
In 1976, the Scranton St. Patrick's Parade started a Center City only route. Through the years, it's seen its share of celebrities participate, from NFL Hall of Famer Lynn Swann in 2006 to 2016's appearance by actress Kate Flannery from the Scranton-based TV sitcom classic The Office. The parade has also served as a way for politicians to bask in the limelight, like when then presidential candidate Hillary Clinton strode through Center City.
It's wonderful seeing how the city looks. The enthusiasm of the crowd is overwhelming.
That gets out to national coverage. So yeah, we've had some famous people over the years.
And a famous relationship, too, with Ireland, officially establishing a sister city in 1991.
That's our buddies from Ballina.
The parade tradition has marched on with few interruptions. Until its cancellation in 2020, the Scranton St. Patrick's Parade had only been postponed 5 times. In 1974, 1981, 82, and 83, then a decade later because of the blizzard of 93. The 2021 postponement, though, became a bit different. It was measured in months rather than days. The Scranton St. Patrick's Parade Committee rescheduled its 2021 parade date to September 18th. After so many COVID-related hardships, it will serve as a way to get a sense of community through an Irish-themed celebration back on track.
I hope this is the last pandemic that anybody ever has to face. I hope it's the last time a parade has to be canceled. Dublin puts on a fine parade, but I'm a Scrantonian. I think Scranton does a marvelous job.
The Scranton St. Patrick's Parade Committee is dedicated to bringing the Electric City the best bands, floats, and more each and every year.
And the parade, Mark, as you mentioned, started in 1962. And we are lucky to have some home video of the parade that was actually shared with us by the parade committee.
So enjoy more of that iconic St. Patrick's Parade in Scranton.
Still ahead, our procession of parade clips continues with a look at the sights and sounds of some of the parades through the years.
This is P.J. Downey, the mayor of Ballina, County Mayo in Ireland.
Welcome back.
And of course, you know, Deputy Chief Jim Clay.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Top of the morning to you.
And we will also take a look at some of the rich parade day traditions, a mass at St. Peter's Cathedral, and a traditional benefit run. Stay with us.
You're watching an Eyewitness News special, Scranton's St. Patrick's Celebration.
Before the first band steps off or the first bagpiper plays, there's plenty that goes on ahead of the big parade, especially when we spoke with parade leaders ahead of the 2021 parade amid a pandemic.
There are lines to paint, prayers to be said, and for those ready to run, an annual race. Eyewitness News photojournalist Joseph Butash has covered all of that through the years, and as luck would have it, he's sharing his stories with us.
You could say Parade Day actually begins on Friday with the painting of the Green Line.
Other gentlemen I worked with before me, they did it, and it was always an honor, you know, to be able to do that. And, you know, being I'm Irish, it means a special meaning to me to do it. And it's pretty cool. Every year people ask you, when are you painting the line? It's kind of like the kickoff to the parade.
On Saturday morning, the annual Parade Day Mass in honor of St. Patrick takes place at St. Peter's Cathedral.
The parade would always begin with the Mass because what's being celebrated is St. Patrick and the faith that he proclaimed to people in Ireland and ultimately throughout all of Europe.
Next up, the annual Brian P. Kelly Memorial Race.
The race, which is the oldest continuous race in northeastern Pennsylvania, we all work together and we do it for the love of our Irish heritage.
It is interesting to think how long these traditions have lasted. The parade, all of the organizations, groups like the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick now in their 115th year, groups like the Irish Society here in the Scranton area, groups like parade groups not only here in Scranton but throughout our whole area, celebrating the lives of those who preceded us.
Bringing a parade, a quality parade, to all the people and businesses of northeastern Pennsylvania.
Most of those performers put in a lot of time and effort, like the Greater Scranton Black Diamonds, who practice here at Eagle Host Company No. 1 in Dixon City.
Biggest event we have of the year, and we're the hometown band. Everything has to be right in respect to the people that wore this uniform and played this instrument prior to us.
It's just really exciting to see everybody out there having a good time in the crowd and they're cheering you on. It's just a really great feeling.
It's huge, it's so exciting. It's wall-to-wall people, they must be 10 deep at certain spots. It's just very exciting. There's people along the whole way cheering.
There's nothing like the pipes. The sound of the pipes and drums, it resonates through your whole soul. It gets you right from the gut. It comes, you know, right out from the inside.
If COVID has taught us anything for this past year, it is that we truly do need each other. We truly do want to gather as a community. And that's one of the great traditions. We're unable to have it here in the spring, and we will, on September 18th, go to an actual day parade, and hopefully in 2022 return to parades. We will experience anew what it really is to be the community we all love, northeastern Pennsylvania.
The Greater Scranton Black Diamonds Pipe Band, who we just featured, is always looking for new members. No experience is needed, just the love of bagpipes.
You gonna do it?
I'll tell you tomorrow.
We'll leave it to the pros. Head to PAHomepage.com where we have more about their practices. We'll be right back.
You're watching an Eyewitness News special, Scranton's St. Patrick's Celebration.
So now we are ready to begin showcasing some parades through the years. We've been looking through our archives and we found some gems to share with you.
And our first parade memory takes us back to 1995. A look at the North Pocono Band and Philly Fanatic in town.
Moscow, Pennsylvania, proud to present the Trojan Marching Band of North Pocono High School. The band directed by Mr. Frank Turquano his assistant, Joseph Sorrenti. Band front advisor is Susanna Whitelavich.
Note that all the marchers are wearing fresh corsages and boutonnieres purchased from the Children's Miracle Network. The Trojan Band and Band Front have appeared in this parade for a lot of years, as well as the parade in Wilkes-Barre, our sister city, and in the...
Comes flying out of his mouth. It's going to come out any time now. He'll knock you right over. And yes, he can dance. Fanatic's quite a character if you go to Veterans Stadium. I remember one year the Dodgers were at Veterans Stadium, and Tommy Lasorda does not get along with the Fanatic.
No.
So the Fanatic came out with a mannequin of an LA Dodger baseball player, threw it on the ground and started jumping up and down upon it. At that point, Lasorda came out of the dugout, knocked the Fanatic down, and beat the stuffings out of him. And I had the occasion to interview Tommy Lasorda following that season, and I asked him about it, and he said he was mad. He said, sort of like pipe band. Local union number 3, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, NYC, New York City. Oh, let's just listen. Forget this talking stuff. Day for the Irish.
Great day for the Irish, a grand day. The Keystone String Band strutting its stuff. The
Keystone String Band performs throughout. Let's do it together. We'll do it in stereo.
In tandem. From Scranton to Philadelphia, they perform throughout eastern Pennsylvania, from Reading to Pottsville.
Director of the band is Harry Dunheimer. Musical director is Jonathan Dalton.
We've been working together a long time, John. We know each other so well. When Irish eyes are smiling.
Well, last night you were belting that out in the newsroom.
Trying to get out all in the mood.
Sounded very good. Are the Encore Twirlers.
Making their 8th appearance in the Scranton-Lackawanna St. Patrick's Parade. Established in 1987, the Encore Twirlers are under the direction of Michelle Navarro and Sharon DiMatteo.
The group competes in local, state, national competition and has captured a total of 48 championship titles, which is pretty darn good if they've only been at it since 1987.
They're going to dazzle us with their bold sequins and their new number.
Our Parade of Memories marches on after the break.
You're watching an Eyewitness News special, Scranton St. Patrick's Celebration.
Welcome back. We have a few more parade gems to share with you from the 1990s.
The 1990s. Our highlights include former WYOU anchor Debbie Dunleavy explaining how the Irish term blarney came to be, and an interview with the late Sister Adrienne Barrett, lovingly known as Sister Sneakers.
You know, speaking of the gift of the gab before, they talk about the Irish and the blarney. Blarney is the truth as only an Irishman can tell it. But the verbal skill known as blarney was born of illiteracy and subjugation. For hundreds of years, you may remember, formal education was suppressed by the British in Ireland, and schools were very few, so as a consequence, much of the Irish population could neither read nor write. It was in that atmosphere that the oral arts of poetry, oratory, and storytelling took root and flourished. So call it blarney if you will, but it's really a gift.
All right, Sister, tell us about the float this year, Sister Adrienne.
Citizens of the land of the free, we the people are called to be, a people of equality. May America's four freedoms bless us all.
And you're holding an institution in your family.
Yes, this is your great-grandfather Shillelagh, and my great-grandfather.
And a Shillelagh that traveled in this parade for St. Patrick's Day.
20 years, our 20th year.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Still to come, more of the sights and sounds of the Scranton St. Patrick's Parade from days gone by.
Don't go away. There are more bands, VIPs, and celebrations still ahead.
You're watching an Eyewitness News special, Scranton St. Patrick's Celebration.
Welcome back. We hope you're enjoying our St. Patrick's celebration. We're bringing you some highlights from parades past. Candace, you and I have been together through the years, including 2012 and 2013 editions of the Great Parade.
Yeah, bands and step dancers delighted us as they made their way down the parade route. And we were joined once again by John Keeler. And in 2013, Mike Harity of the Parade Committee was with us.
You know, reel, a great Irish reel there. Maybe. The Washington Showstoppers.
We have a little update to tell you about. you may have been watching earlier in the parade. There was an attempt, the high five champion attempt, and we understand that they broke a record.
That's what we're told. That Bob Foley, representing the Scranton Notre Dame club, has broken a record for number of high fives.
And Bob himself is a cancer survivor, if I got that right.
Yes, he is. Bob's a wonderful, wonderful guy. A former bartender at Tinks, and a young man who, just after getting married, came down with brain cancer. And he's had a little bit of a struggle, but he's back to health now. He just had the birth of his first child. And as you can see how well he's doing now, that he was able to run up this block and high five everybody along the street side.
That's fantastic. I don't know how you record something like that, but I saw him working the crowds.
It's wonderful seeing all of the parade memories from years past.
Is it ever? And we're not finished yet. We have more parade highlights through the years to show you.
Look at these guys.
Those big bikes. Those guys are about 8 feet off the ground there.
Yeah.
Now that takes some coordination, Karen.
I'll say.
Forget it. I'd have rolled into the crowd.
And I hear a wee bit of music in our future. We are celebrating with an Irish song or two in our hearts. A toe-tapping feature coming up next.
You're watching an Eyewitness News special, Scranton's St. Patrick's Celebration.
Welcome back as we celebrate the Scranton St. Patrick's Parade through the years. In 2015, Candace was becoming a mommy again and had parade day off. I was joined by then PA Live host and reporter Monica Medea, and it rained buckets that day.
Well, the following year, Mark, you were on the injured list, and I was joined by then sports director Ken Brown. And I might add, it was a beautiful day for the parade. Of course, sunny and 50.
Giveaways almost every year. The Wyoming Valley Pipe and Drum Band.
Fantastic. Involved with the Confederation of Union Generals. And in fact, he's grown a full beard and loves to enact these generals from back in Civil War times.
This particular group was founded back in October of 2002. You see him bringing in the horse-drawn carriage.
There's so much history in Pennsylvania.
What do you think of the people in the city? I mean, isn't this just a great celebration of the culture?
You guys know how to do it, and that's why I came back. You know, who doesn't love a great party? And you know, Scranton's been very good to the office and the office. I mean, it's been mutual.
So I would imagine you've been received with a lot of love coming back to the city.
This is, I mean, I may not leave. I may be stuck here.
All right, everybody knows who this guy is. Tux from the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins.
Now, as we head to break, here is a parade memory that will chill out.
I think you're right. The blizzard of '93, the storm made up for what was a relatively tame winter season. Nearly 2 feet of snow piled up as the storm socked it to parade weekend March 13th and 14th. The blizzard of '93 forced the postponement of the Scranton Parade. It was held the following week.
You're watching an Eyewitness News special, Scranton's St. Patrick's Celebration.
How would you describe Irish music? Fast tempo or folksy, banjo strumming or one-handed bodrum beat?
I think they all work. Whatever your opinion, it will probably lift your spirits and get you moving. Photojournalist Joseph Butash introduces us to a Scranton area-based Irish band called Donnybrook.
Irish music is a celebration of life. That's what it is. The Irish history is a tragic history in many ways. And the Irish turn to poetry and music to really just lift their spirits in troubled times.
Drinking songs, rebel songs, folk songs, a mixture of all of them.
He that are broke, so rich and so weak.
If you tell somebody, I love Irish music, well, their Irish music is different from the Irish music that you enjoy because there are clear lines between each of those different categories. So it could be anything, really.
The best thing is everybody seems to come out and just enjoy it and party, even if they're not Irish.
Donnybrook, we formed back in 1991. Our fathers started the Irish Balladeers back in the mid to late 60s, and they were very popular up and down the East Coast. They were popular here in Northeast PA. They still are, the Balladeers in Northeast PA.
We were out watching them one night and we started talking about it, getting together, and that's how we grew.
We're fortunate enough to be able to get together at the right time in our lives where we all started doing this and shared the love and shared the stories, and we're able to keep doing that, and we really just enjoy what we do.
The Bull Run, it's actually an Irish war drum. They use it as going into battle, you know, with certain beats on it, and it's pretty much I just picked it up and started running and doing other things with it.
Donnybrook, it's a word that you don't really hear that much in the English language. It actually came from a section of Dublin back in the late 1700s, and they would have a fair every year in that area. And unfortunately, the fair would get out of hand. You know, a lot of people drinking, a lot of fighting. So the word Donnybrook started to be associated with fighting and, you know, just an uproar and commotion or whatever. They come with vengeance in their eyes
to we play up in New York and Binghamton area, we play down in the Poconos, and we're just running around the whole time. I just really enjoy seeing the same faces year after year and some new faces and introduce them to what we're doing and the music and the history and the culture.
Our parade special continues as we march on to 2018, and we once again had the honor of hosting the parade along with parade committee member Bill King.
2018, oh, those were the days. And if I recall, the weather was very chilly, but Irish eyes sure were smiling as the parade made its way down North Washington Avenue.
It's a Society of Creative Anachronism, an international organization dedicated to researching and recreating the arts and skills of pre-17th century Europe. See a lot of the Middle Age Renaissance, if you will.
That's pretty awesome. And as you mentioned earlier, Candace, it's nice to see how diverse the parade is. You know, from beautiful antique cars to this group here. You know, we're going to have some jugglers around today and back.
This is Young's Funny Farm. If you're not familiar with Young's Funny Farm, they are based in Berwick. It's a small nonprofit, but they have a very simple mission. They want to bring smiles. And they do that through various animals.
They're therapy animals.
Yes.
They're fantastic. You'd have therapy donkeys. They're so well behaved.
It's amazing, isn't it? I never even knew there was a therapy donkey. Their founder is Gene Reed. Gene Reed is the guy who paints the green lines.
Irish Gene Reed, yeah. Well, these guys aren't messing around.
Man.
Reminds me of our newsroom meeting when we're trying to, you know, battle for stories that we're going to cover.
Minus the headgear.
Yeah.
Boy, to think I almost wore that today. I mean, how embarrassing would that have been? Animals just now. Therapy Dogs International Chapter 254 is here. They're a nonprofit with members from Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, and surrounding communities. Their membership, about 80 members strong. They visit nursing homes, bringing joy there, as well as assisted living facilities, hospitals, schools, and libraries. They do so many visits. In fact, their calendar is more than filled. They have more than 50 visits per month.
Wow.
That's multiple ones in a day. When they say the real heroes are the dogs who bring unconditional love to all the facilities they visit.
We have more parade memories ahead, and as we head to break, another tradition for Parade Week, the annual flag raising by the Irish Cultural Society and Ancient Order of Hibernians.
The Irish flag proudly flies in front of the Lackawanna County Courthouse on North Washington Avenue in Scranton.
You're watching an Eyewitness News special, Scranton's St. Patrick's Celebration.
We have more parade memories to share, this time from 2019.
And we were honored once again to host, and the weather was picture perfect.
Behind Carbondale is Sherry's Royalettes and the Pennsylvania State Twirl Team champions with the National Baton Twirling Association. They won at Penn State University in Rec Hall. They've been around for 39 years.
And still going strong.
And they've twirled, and they're followed by the Scranton Fire Department. Can't say enough about these guys. They put their lives on the line each and every day.
They sure do.
In fact, they just fought a huge fire on Stafford Avenue in South Scranton the other day. A lot of brave individuals.
Got to give a shout out to my father-in-law, Bill Cadogan, if he's watching from Florida today. He was a longtime Scranton firefighter. Folks know him in the department as Dukes. So Dukes, this is for you, buddy.
Kelly Hopkins out there. My friends from the fire department. A lot of my neighbors are firemen too. Well, these guys are great.
Other electrical workers. Local 81.
Well, as they march on by, we're going to take a quick break, but we've plenty more parade coverage for you still ahead.
Go Vikings. Field. It is spectacular.
Oh, it's amazing. On a summer night up there watching a ball game, it's awesome.
That is the life. Yep.
Do you believe we're this close to the home opener? They're going to play the Buffalo Bisons on Thursday, April 11th at 7:05 p.m.
Wow.
So Hiram Shriners, they're a group of men representing a wide variety of backgrounds. However, they come together to share a common commitment to brotherhood, family, and the community, caring for children and families in need. The Hiram Shrine is involved with this parade each and every year for many, many years. We're fortunate to have them. Everybody loves to have bands, they have clowns, antique cars.
It's hard to compare their commitment to children to virtually any other organization. It is just off the charts.
Thank you for joining us for this special presentation honoring the Scranton St. Patrick's Parade.
We hope you enjoyed our trip down memory lane through the years. We have many more parade memories on PAHomepage.com.
And we hope to make even more memories when the parade steps off this year. For everyone here at Eyewitness News, I'm Candace Kelly.
And I'm Mark Hiller. Thank you for watching.